Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful people, amazing spirits. Give thanks for you all being here today. In this amazing, monumental day. Let me know if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Doing this differently. I haven't done a live in quite some time. So getting adjusted to the new technology, because everything's always changing, right? Forever changing. All right, fantastic. People can hear me. Well, welcome, beautiful souls. You have arrived at a powerful moment. Tonight, we are preparing to be in alignment with the energy of the solar eclipse and the new moon in Aries. This celestial event is just not a shift in the sky. It's an invitation for transformation, courage, and new beginnings. Now, if you are interested in transformation, put a 1 in the chat. If you're here because you're looking for a little bit more courage, put a 2 in the chat. But if it's that new beginnings, put a 3 in the chat. And if it's all 3 of them, just put a 4 in the chat. Because it doesn't matter why you're here. It only matters that you are present and that you're ready to become in full alignment with what has your name written on it. So tonight, we're going to talk about the key themes of tonight's activation. First, we're going to talk about the understanding the significance of the solar eclipse and the new moon, followed by releasing and letting go so we can make room, new space for new intentions, followed by a powerful intention setting practice, a powerful intention setting practice. And we'll close out with a guided meditation and energy activation. Are you excited? I am. Because this isn't just another new moon. It's an eclipse, amplifying the energy of change. And Aries, as you know, is the first sign of the zodiac, marking the start of a brand new cycle. And if you've been waiting for a sign to take action, well, this is it. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm going to figure out how to. There we go. All right. First of all, let's begin to understand. How many of you already understand the significance of a solar eclipse? The significance of that new moon energy. How many understand that? And specifically, this new moon energy that's in Aries. First of all, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Samion, and I'm the transformation leader of One Transformation Center. And it's my extreme honor and pleasure to be with you today. I'm honored to be here, to be present, to support you along your journey as you support us here at One Transformation Center on our journey. Because we're here for you. You know, here at One Transformation Center, we're about celebrating humanity, celebrating our humanity, celebrating lives, inspiring lives and relationships all across the globe. So we thank you for supporting us and assisting us on our mission. So let's talk about it. What makes this celestial event significant? What makes it? And I want to talk about it in plain talk, but at the same time, I'll be able to enhance it so you can get an understanding, maybe use some technical terms as well. But I want to be able to talk about it in plain talk so that we can really embrace it. There's some people who aren't as expanded, doesn't have the expansive knowledge. So I'm going to try to break it down and make it easier. You go to other channels and they will give you the esoteric language. I can do that as well. However, I choose to be available for all of us, okay? So let's say, what makes this the celestial event, this monumental event, significant? Well, first, it is a solar eclipse. And now I know when we were younger, we were told, do not look at the sun when the solar eclipses happen, but we were never told about the power of the energy that exists in that moment. And it's going to be the word of the day. You're going to hear it a lot. I want you to carry this word with you into this next phase of your journey. The importance of being aligned. Aligned. Let me put that on the screen. Aligned. In this season, it is important for us to be aligned, and or the alignment is essential, okay? Which all comes from this one word that I'm about to place on here after the line, called attuned. Attuned. It is important that we become attuned with the energy, which also means to align, okay? Alignment is so essential in your everyday progression. So many times we're trying to do so much without realizing the energy that we're operating in. And is that energy in alignment with who we are? Is that energy supporting us, or are we swimming against the current? It's important to know that, because if you're like me, you want to work smarter, not harder, correct? If you're like me, raise your hand. Put your hand up in the chat. Put a hand up in the chat. If you want to work smarter, not harder. All right? And so this solar eclipse, the energy here, is a cosmic reset button. I'm saying it again. It is a cosmic reset button, meaning that it is just not for you. It is for the entire galaxy. You'll notice that many of the planets are in alignment with this energy, which also benefits you as well. You know, it's written to study and show thyself approved, to know their knowledge. So we have that knowledge is power. So to be able to know what these planets are, how they're working in your benefit, so that you can align your thought process, you can activate when you have that right energy, so you're not working harder, not smarter. So this cosmic reset button, it brings endings and new beginnings. How many of you are experiencing a phase in your life that you're ready for it to be over? My hand is up. I'm experiencing that. We are having those contrasting, I like to call them contrasting moments, that it just feels opposite of what we desire to happen. We're feeling like sometimes that it's taking much longer than we intended, that we desire for it. We understand that we must go through it, but yet we don't. But sometimes we just ask, how long? How long must I be here? But what we don't understand is what we forget. If we do understand it, we might forget it. What we are aligned with. I mean, we must go through in order to get to. Say that out loud with me. We must go through in order to get to. Many of us don't want that. We just say, you know what, I'm just here for the moment. Let's make this temporary. We're looking for that instant gratification instead of understanding that this is here to support us too. But we got to go through in order to get to. So what does that say for us? That says that we must surrender and submit to the alignment, to the energy of the day. Surrender to it, releasing. And so that is a part of our process. That's why we're doing it on the 28th versus when the actual new moon comes in tomorrow morning. The eclipse is happening tomorrow morning, but I want to prepare you for it so that you're being proactive, not reactive. You're not working from the back, you're already ahead of the curve, all right? So it's time for divine redirections. How many of you want to be redirected? Put a one in the chat if you want to be redirected. You want some redirection. If what you've been going through, you said, okay, enough. I want to go a different direction. I feel like I've been hitting my head on the ceiling. I feel like I've been running into dead ends. I feel like I hear my GPS saying reroute, reroute, reroute. If that is you, put a 1 in the chat. And so here, this opportunity is here, this cosmic reset button, which is bringing endings and new beginnings simultaneously. So let me tell you we're going to get more in depth in this as we go forward. And I'm not going to be here long. I don't want to hold you up in your evening. The endings, I want you to practice an exercise tonight. I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to write endings at the top of the piece of paper. And I want you to write in columns. Physical. What part of your physical nature are you wanting to come to an end? Emotional, mental, financial, energetically. Are you looking to create a stop? You want it to be over. You're looking for that conclusion. What part of your life in those particular areas? I want you to write it down. And I want you just to get it all out. Because tonight, we're going to release those things. These are the things that we're releasing. We're not carrying them. We don't have room or the bandwidth to carry them into our new beginnings because we're not trying to make it harder, right? We're working smarter. Then we're going to move, and then I want you to have another sheet of paper, and I want this to be about new beginnings. I want you to write down your intentions in all those areas I just mentioned, relationally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and physically. Now you say, you might say, can you break this down a little bit to help me understand this? And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and I'll answer them. I'll respond to you. If you need any clarifications, put it in the chat and I'll respond to you. You said, okay, I'm ending some areas. Okay, ending. Well, you may have some financial struggles. You want to end the time that your credit is bad. Okay, I want that over. You may want to end the time that you're sharing finances with someone who's not as responsible with you. I want that over. You may be ending the time when you feel limited in your finances. You feel like you're stuck in a dead-end job or you deserve more financial opportunity, more abundance than you currently have. Well, let's put that in there, okay? Let's throw that on there. Physically, you say, I might need an ending. I may have some physical ailments that are going on with my body. Pains, aches. Because here's the thing we have to understand. Disease is rooted in dis-ease. All your cancers, your diabetes, all that stuff is rooted from dis-ease. Those are symptoms. Those are just symptoms of what's happening, of the dis-ease that is happening within your body. It's outwardly portraying itself to get your attention to correct it, to bring peace, to be ease in that. So sugar, diabetes, that is about you not loving yourself enough. You're not investing enough into yourself. You're doing it for everyone else. And you're waiting, you're hoping for someone to do it for you, but it's not their responsibility. It is yours. How can we ask another to give something to us that we're not willing to give to ourselves first? Maybe high blood pressure. Why is that happening? Stress. Why is that happening? We want to end that. You know, you may have back pains, lower back pains. You're not feeling supported. Okay, let's end that. What is happening in my life that is preventing me from feeling the level of support that I desire? Okay. Overweight. You may feel like you're overweight. Well, let's end the things that are preventing us, that are creating that space for us. And let me tell you a secret, ladies and gentlemen. Your physical appearance, your weight, is indicative of the weight that you're carrying. Whether it's baggage that you carried over your lifetime, your span, and once you begin to address those areas and release them, you'll begin to see the weight being released as well. It isn't always about the food. The food is a symptom. It's a symptom of the internal disorder. The internal dis-ease that is happening with you, you'll see it in the food, you'll see it in your weight gain, you'll see it in your pressure, you'll see it in all these different areas, but it's up to you to say, look inwardly and find out why these things exist. And here's the moment to release them so you don't have to carry them into your new experience. Maybe some relational stuff. Maybe you're in a relationship that is toxic, a relationship that you have found that you guys have parted ways, that you no longer are assets to one another. You know, we get stuck into things. We have this sense of loyalty and obligation to others more than we have to ourselves. How does that work? Why are we allowing ourselves to give to others more than we're willing to give ourselves, to be for others more than we're willing to be for ourselves, to do for others more than we're willing to do for ourselves? Who's going to give it to us if we're not? Who's going to be our savior? It can only be ourselves. Others can come in and encourage you, speak life into you, hug you. It can be that temporary satisfaction, but it is up to you to be your long-term solution. Just like medicine. We don't realize that medicine was created to be a placebo, just to get you to a space where you didn't need medicine anymore, to help you to be a crutch, to get you from A to C, in order for you to be able to realize your internal strength to be able to get to Z. But yet, we have made these things crutches and become dependent on them. And now, we're trying to figure out how do we regain our dependency, our independency. Okay, so now that's physical, emotional. You may not be able to, you may be in a space where you're not able to express yourself emotionally or experience the emotional gratification that you desire. The level of vulnerability where your power lies. Well, if that's the case, write it on there and write down why those experiences are happening. Where do you see them coming from? You may be at a job that you're like, you know what, I appreciate this opportunity. However, it doesn't serve me anymore. I feel stuck here. I feel like I'm borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I feel like I can't get ahead. I'm concerned about what the government is doing, what the current administration is doing, and how the job doesn't appreciate me. Put that on the list. You may be looking at your house and where you live at currently, it's not serving you anymore. You feel like there's more things you have to fix and you're not enjoying it. It's not a home to you. It's become a liability. You may not feel like you have enough room. Put that on the list. You get the idea? You have understanding of the things how we're going to list the things that we're going to release. Now, on the other side, your intentions. Now, when we're doing intentions, do not put on there what you don't want. We want to use our energy on manifesting that which we do, that we desire. And it's about what? Alignment. We want to be in alignment. I came to this new conclusion. And I'm always making myself available and growing and trying and tapping into new ideas and downloading new information, right? And in this information, what I've realized is I'm no longer interested in ownership. Now, let me preface that because you're saying you don't want to own anything. I mean, I like the value that it brings, right? I'm not saying I want to be a renter. I'm saying I don't want the liability that comes with the idea of ownership, especially the way that society is framed. I don't want my experiences to be limited by the idea of ownership or the pursuit of ownership. However, how do we shift that? How do we become aligned with being able to have those magnanimous experiences that we desire to have, right? Well, you do so by experiencing. If we can replace the word ownership, release the need to own things, the need. I'm not saying that you're not going to acquire things, right? I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying release the need to have that to be your driving factor, your driving principle to own things and move into the space of maximizing your experiences. Now you may say, Samuel, what do you mean maximizing my experiences? There you go with that hokey pokey talk again. What I mean is, you see that piano behind me? That piano is there because I always wanted to experience having a piano in my house. I always wanted to experience to be able to sit down and play it when I want to play it as a nice piece of artwork, what it meant, the staple that it presented when I walked into my house and saw it, how it made me feel, the experience of it. You know, the fireplace, it's always important for me to have a fireplace in my home. Why? It's the experience. I have this experience attached to a fireplace of romantic, of intimacy, of coziness. In the wintertime, the fire flickering. In the holidays, stockings above the fireplace. Experience. You know, you look at other things, the swimming pool, what is the experience that you get? And when we begin to say, I desire these experiences, and we do so without attaching people, places, and things to it, now we allow ourselves to be able to have those experiences without the need to know how they will come about. I experienced a swimming pool. I want to be able to have a swimming pool to be able to go swimming in it every day, access to a swimming pool every day. It don't have to be in my backyard as long as I have access to it, right? There's that experience. And so this energy that we know as this cosmic reset, this solar eclipse, this new moon, is more about maximizing, enhancing our experiences without attaching them to people, places, and things, without being worried about the how. Because here's a secret, ladies and gentlemen. The how is none of our business. The how is an opportunity for you to realize more of your internal power and presence. It's an opportunity for you to realize more of how you are supported by the powers that be, whether it's your spirit team, whether it's God, whether it's your angels, whatever you may align with, the universe. It gives you an opportunity to experience how vastly you are supported. So release the need to know how and just allow your experiences to guide your why. All right? So this new moon in Aries is going to encourage bold action. I want you guys, when you're doing your list, to be bold and intentional. There's no room for us in this space because we're not going to experience this type of energy again for another 7 to 10 years. And I want you to ask yourself, can you wait another 7 to 10 years to activate? Can you carry the weight, the trauma, the drama, the limitations, all this stuff that you do not like, the dis-ease, the dissatisfaction, the disorganization, all this stuff, the chaos? Do you want to carry it another 7 to 10 years? Right? Yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. So as I stated, this is going to encourage bold action, independence, and fresh starts. Some of you are afraid to be bold. Some of you are afraid of what independence looks like because you've been so interdependent and codependent for so long. But I challenge you to give yourself the opportunity. Give yourself the opportunity to experience it in its vastness. Because it's not saying that, if I choose to be independent, I'm gonna be alone. No, it's not saying that. It's really saying that it gives you you're giving yourself permission to be the main character. It's really saying you're giving yourself permission to be the main character in your life, in your experiences. that your experiences are no longer being tempered down and tanked for other people, that your experiences are no longer limited by your by a false ideology or by an ideology or philosophy or religion or belief system that no longer serves your best interest. It's saying, I am here to have a more heightened experience with my highest self, my divine self. So the question is, are you going to really give yourself full permission or limited permission in this bold, independent space? Think about that. So let's talk about Aries, because many of us know, many of us understand astrology, right? Whether it's just on a very surface level or a very deep and intentional level. And for those who aren't aware, Aries is the first sign, which is like the renewal. It's the beginning of the Gregorian calendar. The Aries season, which March 19th, 20th, if I'm not mistaken, begins the new year. And so here's the interesting thing about being out of alignment. How many of you said Happy New Year on January 1st, and you have all these new intentions about this newness, and you don't even make it a month? I'm going to go on this diet. I'm going to start working out every single day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to change my mindset. I'm only going to surround myself with these type of people. And they'll only last for a short period of time. Do you know why that is? It's because you're working against the energy that exists. That time period that you're calling new is actually the last quarter of the year. It's the close out of that year, of that season. So how in the world? Let's talk about new. New is about planting new seeds, right? It's about preparing your land, tilling it so that you can be able to create wonderful harvests, right? How much planting you doing in the wintertime? Just think about that. How much planting are you doing in the cold? What's going to happen? How hard is that ground going to be when you're trying to dig it and till it? What's that seed going to do at frost level? How's that root going to be able to dive deep and get itself firmly planted and rooted so that it can begin to sprout up? How much sun is available for the photosynthesis period for that to be able to get the information that it needs for to get the energy and the sun and nutrients and vitamins that it needs in order to become strong and vibrant? How many trees out here do you see that the leaves are blossoming, or do you see that it's bare? So if Mother Nature is bare through those seasons, how in the world are you going to be fruitful? That's what these sessions are about, to give us a new understanding, to help shift our mindset away from what society has created that puts us into a box that they can control, and so that they benefit from this energy solely, and you get to work for them. So I'm here to free you. So again, Aries is a fire sign. It's ruled by Mars. Now, if you know anything about the planetary system and Mars is a very action-oriented planet. Whenever you see Mars come up, there's a lot of action-oriented energy, right? That's the time to go for it. That's the thing to make things happen. That's the thing to jump in because it's ready to go. It's being primed and ready. And Mars is also associated with passion, leadership, and courage. How many of us need a little bit more courage? If you need a little bit more courage, put courage in the chat. I have been several times in my life have needed a little bit more courage. I had a divorce, and I realized the lesson that I received in that divorce was courage. That was the gift that divorce gave me, because I didn't have the courage not to marry when I knew that I wasn't supposed to be there. I didn't have the courage to say no, so I said yes and endured a decade in a situation that was working against me instead of for me. So that gave me the courage that I needed to move forward. Now, even though that situation happened, there's elevations to it, right? Because many times we think, oh, I got it. I got the lesson. I got what I needed in that space. No, 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 not so fast, my friend. There's levels to it all. So even now, moving into this space, courage is something that's very important to me now, too. Because the way the society is going, it can make you want to be quiet. But you have to have the courage to speak out. It can make you want to go hide and curl in a ball, but you have to have the courage to show up, to stand up, to be accounted for, to lead. Which brings me to another attribute of Aries and that Mars energy, which is leadership. But now, more than ever, we must have the courage to follow our true path. Now, you may ask, what does this have to do with leadership? Well, you showing up, being present, being accountable to your path, to your soul contract, you now unconsciously give permission for others to do the same thing. So I dare you to show up. I dare you to be present so that other people will show up as well. I want you to think about it. Are you activated more by someone's actions or by someone's words? Put your answer in the chat. Are you activated more by someone's actions or by someone's words? What motivates you? What inspires you? What moves you? What gives you that energy just to jump out there? Is it by actions or words? I'll wait on your response. And so, while you guys responding, let's talk more about this eclipse. Thank you, Misfits is Life, for your answer. Actions. I'm the same way. I'm action-oriented. I'm Rose West. Thank you. Actions. Action-oriented. Kwan, thank you. Actions. See? So that's why it's essential for your actions. Your actions will give permission for others who are watching you, because there's people out watching you that you're not even consciously aware of. There are people out there following your lead, and you're not even aware of it. Whether you are acting in a very affirming, positive, uplifting, inspirational way, or you're acting in the opposite. Whether you're operating from a highly vibrational space, or you're acting from a very low vibrational space. They're watching you. So it's important to be very intentional in your actions, because you are unlocking something in someone at this space and time that they need in order for them to be able to be their highest expression, to reconnect with their soul contract, their divine nature. And so this particular eclipse, the energy of it lasts longer than a regular new moon. I'm going to say it again. This particular eclipse lasts much longer than the energy of it than a regular new moon. So it is just not a day or a week. We're talking about extended action. So it's really important for you to jump in and hold on to it. And the earlier you get in, the more impactful it is, the more significant it is. You get in later, you're still going to benefit, but not as much as you could have benefited if you were in the first space. And so the intentions that you make with this eclipse energy that we set tonight will carry momentum for months ahead. Not FOUR, but FOR, 4 months ahead, an extended compounded time. That's why it's important to be very intentional, and that your intentions are fueled by alignment. So I want you to ask yourself, whenever you're in the space of making decisions, is this action, are these thoughts, in, are they in alignment with where I'm going and who I am? Are these actions or these thoughts, are these people, is this relationship, is this opportunity in alignment with who I am and where I'm going? And if the answer is no, then that gives you permission to let it go. And by letting it go, now you create room for more of that, for more of that energy, for more of those opportunities that are in alignment. In alignment. That's how you make sure that you are tuned, that you are energetically tuned in, tuned up, tapped in, tuned in to this energy that is supporting you in a magnificent way. So let's do a little reflection here. As the sky darkens and resets, so do we. And we're stepping into a new version of ourselves. You're stepping into a new version of yourself. You're not even going to recognize you. If you just truly just let go and allow. Some of y'all may say, let go and let God. If you can just truly let go and surrender to this energy, release the need to be in control, then that's going to give you the opportunity to be unrecognizable and to have these experiences that you never thought were possible, but you got out of your way. And because you got out of your way, you now are having these extraordinary experiences. You're having doors open to opportunities that you never thought you were qualified for. Absolutely. I'm supposed to let go and surrender. Because we're stepping into a new version of ourselves. One that is fearless. Are you ready to be fearless? If you're ready to be fearless, say fearless. One that is aligned. One that is ready for your next chapter. How many are ready for their next chapter? So, quick question here. How is this energy resonating with you? Drop a fire in the chat if you're ready to step into something new. Drop fire into the chat if you're ready to step into something new. As we prepare for our releasing and letting go ritual. Our releasing and letting go ritual. All right. Before we fully step into our next level, we must first release what no longer serves us. We've been talking about this, right? I said we're going to get a little deeper into it, and that time is now. And I'm glad you guys are ready. Now, we're going to do a journal prompting here. And the first prompt is this. What fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs am I carrying that no longer aligns with who I am becoming? If you don't have a pen and piece of paper, take a moment, use your phone, go into your notes section, and write this question down. I'm going to type it out and put it on the screen as well. So, what fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs am I carrying around that no longer align with who I'm becoming? What fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs am I carrying around that no longer align with who I'm becoming? Write that down. You don't have to get deep into it now. You start to ponder on it. But I want you to write that down and take some time tonight to dive in deeply. And then secondly, I want you to ask yourself, what am I ready to release in order to make space? Release in order to make space for new opportunities. I would normally already have these up, but again, it's the new system. Write that down. What am I ready to release in order to make space for new opportunities? Got that? All right. So let's do some breath work. If you're able to, please don't do this if you're in a car, driving that is. And if you're cooking or something of that nature, please don't do this unless you can turn it off. But if you can find a space just to be still for a moment, I want to do some breath work with you, some releasing breath work with you, and a guided visualization. I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, take a deep breath in, holding space for anything heavy or stagnant within. And then exhale deeply. Imagine yourself releasing all that no longer serves you. Again, take a deep breath in, holding space for anything heavy or stagnant within you. And as you exhale, imagine releasing all that no longer serves you. All dis-ease, all of your fears. Do it again. Inhale deeply. All of your disappointments, your frustrations, the things that have angered you, your limitations. Let it go. Exhale deeply. Imagining yourself releasing it. Releasing everything and everyone that no longer serves you. And with each breath, visualize these old patterns dissolving. Push it out. Make room for what is awaiting for you. What has your name written on it? Now, if you've already done so, you may have already started writing some things down, but later on tonight, as you go through and you begin to do your symbolic release, you're writing down those things that you're looking to release, right? I want you to burn it. Safely burn it. And if you can't burn it safely, rip it up, shred it, tear it up. This is your symbolic act of release. Let it go. Give it up. Surrender it. For it's not for you. It's not for you. Questions? Not question, but statement. Do me a favor, type I release in the chat to energetically affirm you're letting go. Type I release in the chat if you are affirming that you're letting go. Type I release in the chat if you're affirming you're letting go. All right, now that we've done that, now that we've affirmed that we're letting go, that we're releasing these things that no longer serve our best and highest good, we're letting it go. Now that we've cleared the space, let's call in what we truly desire. That's more fun, right? Let's call these things in that we truly desire, the true things that we truly want to be present, experiences that we want, that we really desire to manifest in our life over this next year. Because this is a rare moment. We don't get these moments often to begin to experience a new beginning, to experience cleared space. These eclipses don't happen that frequently, especially solar eclipses. They give us the ability to set new intention. So let's use this powerful energy of the eclipse and the moon for our benefit. So here we go. Here's your next journal prompt. Here's your next journal prompt. And put it on the screen here. Write this down. Now we're prompting you to make your intentions, okay? If I could fearlessly pursue my dreams, what would I create? If I could fearlessly pursue my dreams, what would I create? Write it down. Take a moment to think about that. Now, next statement, next question, next prompt. What bold steps will I take in the next 6 months? Write that down. And all this is what you're going to determine tonight, because you're replacing everything you just released with these prompts, with this information. What bold steps will I take in the next 6 months? All right, here's the next prompt. Here's the final prompt. What does the best version of me look like, feel like, and act like? What does the next version of me look like, feel like, and act like? Ask yourself that question. Take a moment. Excuse me. Take a moment and move into a guided meditation. Guided meditation. New Moon activation. Let's move into this New Moon activation. And in this space, I want you to close your eyes and place your feet firmly on the ground and take deep breaths to center yourself. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Breath so deep that they fall into your abdomen, to your solar plexus. Feel your solar plexus tightening, expanding, and release. Inhale deeply again into the solar plexus. This is where your power is. This is where your confidence lies. And release. Now I want you to imagine yourself stepping into a cosmic portal into the future you desire. Begin to see it. Feel it. Embrace it. You feel it? You see it? And you embrace it. This is the new you. The new energy, the new moment that you've been waiting for, that you've been desiring for so long, is here now, supporting you in all that you desire. Now I want you to breathe again. And this time I want you to breathe in confidence. With every breath that you inhale, inhale confidence. Inhale courage. And inhale clarity. Let's do it again. Inhale confidence. And exhale fear, doubt. Let it go. Inhale courage. Let go of apprehension. Inhale clarity. And exhale confusion, cloudiness, disorientation. Doesn't it feel amazing? Now let's do some affirmations. Stay with me. I am ready for new beginnings. I am ready for new beginnings. I trust the universe to guide me. I trust the universe to guide me. I trust the universe, God, the divine, my spirit team to guide me. I take bold, inspired actions toward my dreams. I take bold, inspired actions toward my dreams. I take bold, inspired actions towards my dreams. Ah, yes, sit in it for a moment. This is what it feels like to be powerful. This is what it feels like to be limitless, to be bold, to be bountiful. Now take a few moments and comment your top intention for this new cycle. Share with us. Say it out loud. Speak life into it. Your top intention for this new cycle. We have about 5 minutes left here. As we close this sacred space, I want you to remember the universe, your spirit team, the guardian angels, the divine, your I am essence, God, goddess, Father, Mother, God, whatever you are in alignment with, listens when we declare our desires. And let me share, there's a difference between wants and desires. Once you get exactly what you want, more wanting. There is no actualization to a want other than more wanting. However, the word desire, which means of God, is honored because it understands the language that you speak. See, the universe, that which is all knowing, that is all powerful, doesn't know lack. So how can it want? How can it know what a want is if it doesn't know lack? But yet, when you speak from a space of desire, it taps into its treasure chest of all that abundance, all that wealth, all everything that is there. It says, okay, let me sprinkle a little bit of that over there to you. Let me sprinkle a little bit of that over there to you. Let me have you experience more of that. And then when you get a little bit of it, you can magnify your experience, your desire to experience more. And say, okay, you want more? Great, I'll give you more. Here's some more. Here's some more. And so just remember, your intentions are already in motion. They're already there. Just stay connected, remain aligned with what it is that you desire. When I mean aligned, let me break that down just a little bit as we close out. If there's somebody that's you're interested in, who's interested in you, so make it a very personal thing, but doesn't find you attractive or you don't find them attractive, are you going to allow that engagement to happen? Is there a connection going to occur? So it's important. I know law of attraction teaches us to a degree that we have the ability to attract that which we're thinking about. That's what we think that we desire, right? But have you ever seen something or connected with something or someone that you desired, but the outcome wasn't your desired outcome? And did you ask yourself, why did that occur? If the law of attraction is real, and if I think it, so I become, right? If I focus my time, energy, intention, I'm very intentional on it, right? I'm stalking it. Why am I able to apprehend it? It's because it doesn't find you attractive. So, in order to really magnify your alignment, to truly be in align with something, you have to become attractive to it. Not attracted to it. That's the easy part. But you got to be attractive where it wants you to, where it trusts you to, where it desires you to. Because I'm here to tell you that what you desire also desires you. You just have to be in alignment with it. Or there's not going to be a connection. It's going to be a gap. All right? So let's say it together. Let's affirm this together. Say, I am open, I am aligned, and I am ready. One more time. I am open, I am aligned, and I am ready. Wonderful. So glad to have you with us today. Grateful. We're going to be doing more of these sessions, so stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed and liked this, we're grateful that you do it. Please share it with the friends and family members, those that you love, that you desire to see them be able to move more in alignment with this space. If you if so and share with us what you got out of this. We'd love to hear your feedback, and also let us know how we can do it better, because we want to make sure that we are available to support you in your journey. Also, you can go follow us on Facebook at One Transformation Center. We have a page called One Transformation Center, and as well on Instagram. As we're putting stuff out every single day, we're just not focusing on these spaces, but we also have coaching sessions, and we also have therapy sessions. We really focus highly on mental wealth, which is led by our director of mental wellness, uh, Wakwanza Williams, who's an amazing therapist. Um, and we're going to be doing some shows with her in the future as well. We're working on our fitness program. We're working on sound healing. So stay tuned, because One Transformation Center is going to provide a wealth of opportunities and experiences so that you can realize your best life now. Right? All right. And we also have some meditations coming in. I want you to revisit those, be available for those, and share with others when those happen. We have some future gatherings, some workshops. We have some activations that are happening, some classes that are happening. So stay tuned by going to our social media spaces and connecting with us there. And if this tonight's session resonated with you, subscribe. Turn on your notification bell, and for more cosmic activations. And we're going to be doing some of these in person as well. So we're very grateful to you. So if you're feeling activated, you're feeling inspired, drop a black moon into the chat. All right? Stay connected with us. We love you. We thank you. We honor you. Just ask that you trust in your transformation, for the universe is working in your favor. So until next time, stay aligned and stay empowered. Be great.